The reason why many people remain in the red, using their salary only to pay bills and getting stuck in a cycle of debt, is a common reality. It seems that when they receive their monthly payment, the money simply disappears, leaving little room to invest or save. Debts grow, interest accumulates, and often the feeling of frustration and helplessness is almost inevitable. This happens because money is not managed efficiently, and people's financial strategy is, most of the time, inadequate. It's as if financial life were a mountain. To climb it, you need to build a solid foundation. Without that foundation, the tendency is that with each effort to improve, you end up falling back, or worse, not even being able to start climbing. But the good news is that this cycle can be broken. With the right approach, even those who are deep in debt can begin to transform their salary into something much more powerful. Instead of waiting for the salary to increase or for conditions to magically improve, the key is to understand how you can use what you already have more wisely. Turning your salary into a wealth-building tool is the first step to getting out of the red and starting to walk towards a more stable and prosperous financial life. Before starting to build something big, it is essential to have a solid foundation. This also applies to your financial life. The first step to getting out of the red and achieving financial freedom is to ensure that you have a solid and secure foundation that will protect you from life's unforeseen events. The key here is to create an emergency fund. This fund serves as a shield against any unforeseen events, such as unexpected medical expenses, job loss, or even an urgent car repair. To start, ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses saved in an accessible but safe place, such as a savings account. This fund will allow you to avoid resorting to loans or credit cards in times of need. In addition, paying off high-interest debts, especially credit card debts, should be a priority. These interest rates can quickly consume your income and leave you trapped in an endless payment cycle. By paying off these debts, you begin to take an important step toward regaining control over your finances. While working to build this fund and pay off debts, it is also essential to make adjustments to your lifestyle. Reducing unnecessary expenses and avoiding impulsive consumption can be the difference between continuing in the debt cycle or starting to build a solid foundation for the future. Often, social media and advertising encourage us to spend more than we need. Be disciplined and stay focused on your financial priorities. Now that you've already built a solid foundation for your financial life, the next step is to organize your money wisely. If you want to stop living in the red, you need to understand that money is not just for paying bills. It is a tool that can be used to create wealth and achieve your goals. And for this tool to work in your favor, it needs to be well managed. An excellent way to start organizing your finances is by using the 75-15-10 rule. This simple division helps you put your money in the right places and ensures that you have the necessary balance between daily expenses, investment in the future, and saving. Let's understand how it works. 75% for daily expenses. This is the money you use to cover your essential needs such as rent, food, transportation, utility bills, and other fixed costs. Having a clear idea of how much you need to spend per month helps avoid surprises and ensures that you don't live on the edge, always having money for basic needs. 50% for investments. Investing is one of the most important pillars for building wealth. In this case, it is essential to allocate part of your money to invest in options like stocks, real estate funds, or even your own business. These investments will be the key to increasing your income over time. And the earlier you start investing, the greater your return in the future. Remember, time is a great ally when it comes to investing. 10% for savings. Having a financial reserve for emergencies and for the future is essential. This amount should be reserved for your savings, whether for retirement, a big personal project, or even a planned purchase. Savings will help you have more control over your financial future and avoid needing to resort to credit or loans when you need money. Now, if your 75% is not enough to cover expenses, it's time to reassess your lifestyle. This might mean making tough decisions, like moving to a cheaper place, reducing transportation costs, or reconsidering the kind of consumption you practice. If the cost of living is too high, it is necessary to adjust expectations and find smarter ways to spend. Also, one of the best ways to organize your money is to automate the process. With the technology available today, it is possible to set up automatic transfers as soon as your salary is deposited. This ensures that the 15% for investments and the 10% for savings are automatically withdrawn without you having to think about it every time you get paid. The remaining 75% can be directed to your everyday account, where you will pay your regular expenses. If you follow these guidelines and stay focused on organizing your money well, you will be building a solid financial structure. This will help you avoid impulsive spending and ensure that each month your bank balance grows a little more, while you invest in your future and create a solid foundation for your financial freedom. When we talk about personal finances, there is an invisible and very powerful enemy that can sabotage your progress: interest. Most people don't realize the impact that interest has on their finances until it's too late. Interest not only increases the amount of your debts, but also compromises your ability to save and invest. The first thing to understand about interest is that the more you owe, the more interest works against you. A classic example is the credit card, which, if not paid in full every month, can generate exorbitant interest. This interest is a real snowball that keeps growing, leaving you trapped in an increasing debt that seems to never end. To neutralize this effect, the first measure is to avoid high-interest debts. This means being extremely cautious when making purchases in installments or financing something you can't pay in full. Often the temptation to buy something now can seem irresistible, but by doing so, you end up paying much more in the end due to interest. Remember, if you can't afford 5 units of something, then don't buy even one. This is the rule of 5. The idea is to avoid unnecessary expenses and know what's really worth buying. Also, if you are already in debt, it's crucial to do your best to pay it off as soon as possible. Prioritize paying off the highest interest debts, such as credit cards and personal loans, as these are the ones that most impact your budget. The faster you pay off these debts, the sooner your money will be freed up for investments and other productive areas. From the moment you eliminate the threat of high interest, you begin to gain greater financial freedom. This does not mean that you should stop making purchases or postpone your dreams, but rather learn to make smarter decisions about where and how to spend. By paying in full whenever possible, you maintain control over your finances and prevent interest from working against you. With this, you will be ready to focus on something much more powerful: transforming your income and investing in your future. Now that you've neutralized interest and are starting to gain more control over your finances, it's time to think about how to transform your income. The truth is that you can save up to a certain point, but the greatest potential to get rich comes from increasing your income and investing that money wisely. The first way to transform your income is by investing in your professional growth. This can mean seeking a promotion at work or improving your skills to become more valuable in the market. If you have a skill or area of expertise that is in high demand, like digital marketing, programming, or design, this is an excellent opportunity to increase your income. The more qualified you are, the easier it will be to find better job opportunities and salaries. But it's not just in traditional jobs that you can find ways to increase your income. Side ventures can be an excellent way to diversify your source of income. It could be an online business, like a virtual store, a blog, or even something related to a hobby or passion you have. These ventures can start small, but over time, can become a significant source of passive income. Another excellent way to transform your income is by investing in assets. Investing in stocks, real estate funds, digital content creation, and even rental properties can generate significant financial returns over time. The difference between working for money and making money work for you lies in the power of investments. The earlier you start, the sooner these assets will begin to generate passive income. That is, income you receive even without working directly for it. The ultimate goal is to have multiple sources of income so that even if one fails, you have other ways to ensure your financial stability. Passive income is the path to financial freedom because it allows you to have money coming in while you sleep, travel, or focus on other areas of your life. Transforming your income is more than just increasing what you earn. It's about investing in the future, diversifying your income sources, and preparing for a more stable and prosperous financial life. By focusing on multiple financial growth strategies, you'll create a web of opportunities that will help you reach your goals faster. Now that you already have your financial foundation, neutralized interest, and started transforming your income, it's time to expand your vision. Many people struggle to achieve their financial goals because they limit themselves to thinking small. They set modest goals, like saving a small amount or paying off debts, but that's rarely enough to achieve true financial freedom. When you limit yourself to thinking small, you also limit your actions. To grow financially, it is essential to think big. If your goal is to save $2,000, ask yourself, what if I could save $20,000? Or better yet, what if I could save $1 million? These bigger goals force you to think differently. They challenge you to seek creative solutions, to learn more about the financial world, and to become a more capable and prepared person to deal with the challenges that will come. By setting bigger goals, you will naturally start to act more ambitiously, which in turn will increase your chances of success. The power of expanding your vision lies in the fact that it pushes you out of your comfort zone. You will no longer settle for what you already have, but will seek new opportunities and ways to grow, whether through investing or starting new projects. And as you begin to move in that direction, your focus expands, allowing you to see more possibilities and take advantage of opportunities that previously might have seemed impossible. Furthermore, thinking big doesn't just mean thinking about money. By expanding your vision, you will also be thinking about impact, about legacy, and about how you can transform your life and the lives of those around you. Big goals generate big results, and by dreaming big, you open the doors to a more prosperous and fulfilling future. By looking toward the horizon and setting grand goals, you are creating a path toward an abundance mindset. Remember, those who think small usually achieve little, while those who think big, with the right planning and action, can achieve what once seemed unreachable. Now that you are on the right track with a solid financial foundation, a money management plan and strategies to increase your income, it is time to take the most important step: reprogramming your mindset. Mindset is what truly determines your financial success. Many people fail to achieve financial freedom because they carry limiting beliefs about money. Thoughts like, money is dirty, or rich people are greedy, are beliefs that hold back progress. When you believe money is something negative, you unconsciously sabotage your own success, creating a barrier between you and wealth. Money is a tool. It has no moral value. What matters is how you use it. If you use it to help others, to grow personally, or to create opportunities, it becomes a positive force. That's why you must replace negative beliefs with thoughts that empower you. Believe that you can achieve financial freedom. Believe that money can be a powerful tool to build the life you want. The scarcity mindset, the one that makes you think money is limited and that you have to fight for every penny, is a real obstacle. To achieve financial freedom, you need to adopt an abundance mindset where opportunities are seen as plentiful and where you believe you can create more wealth over time. One of the ways to reprogram your mindset is to change your daily thoughts. Instead of focusing on financial difficulties, start focusing on solutions. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," think, "How can I make this happen?" The way you talk to yourself will determine the direction your financial life will take. Financial transformation begins in the mind. If you change how you think about money and your own capabilities, you'll start to act differently and attract more opportunities. You have the power to shape your financial reality. So replace the scarcity mindset with an abundance mindset and watch how your life begins to change. With a strong mindset, you will be more prepared to move forward, face challenges, and take advantage of the opportunities that arise on your path to financial freedom. Now that you have a clear plan to reach financial freedom, it's essential to understand that financial success does not happen overnight. What really separates successful people from those who keep struggling financially is consistency and the ability to adapt to challenges along the way. Consistency is key. Often, people start with a lot of motivation and energy, but they give up halfway because the results don't show up immediately. The secret lies in continuing to do the right thing, even when you don't see the results of your work right away. When you follow the plan with discipline, even on difficult days, you begin to build the habit of patience and perseverance, which are essential for long-term success. In addition, it's important to be adaptable. The financial landscape can change. Economic conditions, market trends, and even your personal situation can change over time. That's why being flexible is essential. Regularly review and adjust your goals to make sure you stay on the right path. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to tweak the strategy. The important thing is to never stop moving forward. With consistency and the ability to adapt, you will achieve your goal of financial freedom. And remember, the journey is not linear. You may face obstacles, but how you deal with those challenges is what will determine your ultimate success. In addition to having a clear strategy and acting consistently, one of the biggest challenges on the road to financial freedom is controlling your emotions related to money. Many emotional factors influence our financial decisions, and we often act impulsively based on fear, anxiety, or even pride. For example, when the stock market is booming, we may feel euphoric and make rushed decisions, or when things aren't going well, we may panic and make impulsive financial choices. What really separates financially successful investors and individuals from those who keep falling into debt is the ability to stay calm and make rational decisions, even during times of financial instability. One of the best ways to control your financial emotions is to have a well-structured plan and follow it with discipline. This creates a sense of control and security, reducing the impact of emotions on your financial behavior. Additionally, it's important to understand the relationship between money and happiness. Many people pursue wealth, hoping it will bring happiness, but in reality, true satisfaction comes from having balance between work, money, and life experiences. If you understand that money is just a tool to achieve your goals, you'll be better equipped to deal with financial ups and downs with a healthier and more balanced perspective. Practicing emotional intelligence in finances is a crucial step to ensure that you make smarter decisions and that your journey to financial freedom is more stable and less stressful. Financial education is not something you learn once, and that's it. The financial world is constantly evolving, and what works today may not be as effective tomorrow. To achieve and maintain financial freedom, it's essential to adopt a mindset of continuous learning. This means always being willing to learn about new financial tools, market changes, and even new investment strategies. Many people stop learning about personal finances as soon as they reach a reasonable level of stability, but what they don't realize is that financial knowledge is dynamic and always relevant. What you know today may not be enough in the future, especially in an increasingly globalized and digital world. Investing in continuous financial education is what allows you to stay competitive and aligned with the best financial practices. In addition, learning is not limited to books or courses. Practical learning is also essential. This means that as you make financial decisions in your daily life, you should reflect on the results, learn from them, and adjust your behavior to continually improve. There are many resources available, from specialized blogs, podcasts, and YouTube videos to financial advisors and advanced investment courses. The important thing is to never stop learning. By doing so, you not only stay informed, but also become more capable of identifying financial opportunities that can lead you more quickly to financial freedom. So remember, financial education is never too much. The more you learn, the better prepared you will be to make smart decisions and move toward a more prosperous future. One of the often overlooked keys to financial success is being surrounded by people who share your goals and financial values. The environment around you has a deep impact on your choices and behaviors, and a positive financial community can be the motivation you need to reach your goals more quickly. Seeking relationships with people who have an abundance mindset, who understand the importance of financial planning, and who prioritize continuous education can be extremely beneficial. When you are surrounded by people with a positive mindset toward money, they help you see opportunities where there used to be obstacles. In addition, these connections can open doors to new investment opportunities, business partnerships, or even knowledge sharing that will enrich your journey. There are various ways to engage with a positive financial community. This can be done through networking groups, investor clubs, financial mentors, or even by participating in online forums and social networks dedicated to learning about money and investments. The important thing is to create a support circle where you can share your achievements, discuss your challenges, and learn from other people's experiences. Moreover, building a support network is also a form of mutual accountability. When you surround yourself with people who have similar financial goals, you feel more motivated to achieve your own goals, as there is an exchange of experiences and a positive pressure to keep progressing. Therefore, engaging with like-minded people who have a growth mindset and are dedicated to continuous financial learning can be one of the greatest drivers for achieving financial freedom. Together, you can grow, learn, and reach greater results than would be possible alone. We've reached the end of the steps to transform your financial life, but in reality, what you've just learned is only the beginning of a continuous journey. Building wealth, achieving financial freedom, and living more fully takes time, effort, and discipline. However, with the steps you explored here, you already have the tools and knowledge to start taking control of your financial future. Remember that the key to financial success is starting now. Don't postpone it any longer. The time to make smart financial decisions, reprogram your mindset, and adopt habits that will lead you to success is now. Every small step you take toward your goal makes a significant difference, and over time, the sum of those steps will turn into big, lasting achievements. The journey won't be easy, but with consistency and focus, you'll be able to reach the financial freedom you've always dreamed of. Apply each of the steps we discussed. Build your financial foundation, organize your money, neutralize interest, transform your income, expand your vision, reprogram your mindset, And remember to keep learning and adapting along the way. Now, it's time to act. Don't wait any longer. The future you desire begins with the decisions you make today. If you enjoyed this content and want to help more people transform their finances, share this video with someone you know who needs to hear this. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content and tips on how to build a secure and prosperous financial future. Let's walk this journey toward financial freedom together.